Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another match preview, or really a final day preview. I feel like there's a little bit more to talk about given the circumstances than just our game, of course. The title is still on the line, up for grabs. We know what we have to do. Arsenal being the other team that can actually win the league, they know with the circumstances that would see them be able to lift the title. So I feel it's due a conversation for both sides more than just our side of the game. But of course, I will go deeper into our side of the game. Before I do get into that, if you do me a massive favour, and please leave a like on this video and subscribe if you are new. On the road to 9k, it'd be amazing to hit that before the end of the season, but only really 2 games left, this game and then the cup final. But that's the aim, that's the objective, and of course, if you want to become a channel member, the link is in the top line in the description. But I think I'm going to start with the predicted 11. It's on screen right now. I mean, I don't want to spend too much time talking about it. That's why I'm kind of getting it out of the way first, because I don't feel like there's much to talk about. I really don't. Of course, we know Edison is out for the season, but when we say season, he was never going to play against United in the Cup, so really, he's only out for this game. But, of course, full faith in Ortega, because he saved the game against Tottenham. He really did, so could this be, well, it's not his last game, but could this be his last league game, his last time in front of a home crowd? I think probably. Unfortunately, he's far too good to be a backup goalkeeper, so I don't think contract extension is something that is realistic to expect. So you'd imagine that this is sort of, it for Stefan Ortega. But in terms of just the team overall, the prediction, I just feel like, again, there's not much else to add. I think we said it all before Tottenham, where the team just picks itself at the moment. It's taken till the last 4 games of the season to be able to get to this point where we've found stability in a system and in a personnel selection. But I don't see why you change what's working. We're on a run. We're on a good run of scoring goals, keeping a few clean sheets. I don't know why you would change the system. I really don't. I mean, Pep said in his press conference yesterday that he has a feeling it's going to be like Aston Villa, which I hope to God not, because I don't think I could handle that. But, what would help calm the nerves, I suppose, a little bit is picking the same team that's been winning. And I think he will. I really think he will. He should do. So that's the predicted 11. Let me know what you think of it in the comments section below. As always, get your score predictions and your thoughts on this game. But that's kind of it for predicted 11. I'm going to hide that because I think I can't actually hide that. But that's it for that conversation. I think the team really does pick itself in terms of the game and how I'm feeling. I'm feeling good. We're at home. We're a good home side. West Ham don't have anything to play for. They can't actually finish any higher or lower than 9th. They are setting the table. They've missed out on European football with finishing 9th. I believe that to be the case. So their season is over. Pretty much their season is over. I think for them it's more about pride, not getting embarrassed, being professional. But as for us, of course, the title's on the line, and a loss or a draw is as good as a loss. Because a draw would make it so that Arsenal would win the league on goal difference. They have a 1 superior goal difference. Of course, we cannot. It's physically impossible to make that back and be level on points because we need a draw. So a draw is as good as a loss for us. So it is essentially a cup final. If you win the game, you win the trophy. If you don't win the game, don't win the trophy. That's the most likely outcome. I'm not completely disregarding Everton, but they're in a similar situation to West Ham where their season is over. They can drop 1 position if Brentford win. I'm looking at the table now. They're in 15th. They could drop to 16th. If Brentford win and Everton don't, but they can't finish any higher, and they're safe from relegation. So again, their season is over. Obviously, the table doesn't do Everton justice. They've been far better than sitting 15th. Of course, they've had the points deduction. They'd be in a similar position to your likes of, I'm looking at sort of Crystal Palace and Wolves, Bournemouth in that sort of 11th to 13th range, which is a bit closer to West Ham. Of course, the points deduction doesn't help, but that's just the situation. So then, similarly difficult opponent, but you'd imagine with both teams being at home, I'm expecting nothing less than an Arsenal win. Pep said it himself. He's not expecting Everton to give us any favours. So again, we just need to win. That's the bottom line. I hope it's not like Villa, QPR, all of these title games over the years where we fall behind and it just causes absolute chaos, takes years off your life. I really don't need that in my life anymore. But it's typical City. That's the expression they use, isn't it? Typical City, where we fall behind on the last day, pull it out of the bag in the last minutes of the game, and everyone goes absolutely crazy. That's just what we do. We never ever do it the easy way. I'll tell you that much. We never do it the easy way. Really. I mean, look at the season as a whole. Now, we've said this multiple times. Our record against the bigger sides and against our rivals is pretty poor, conceding sloppy goals. Like, we never ever do anything the easy way. So that's kind of where I'm sitting with this game. We know what we need to do. I know what the team is. I don't really think there's too much to talk about in terms of actual, news or the way I expect this game to go. Is I'm just expecting West Ham to probably park the bus. And again, just try not to get embarrassed, which means we're in for a tough task. But in terms of Arsenal, just to touch on them quickly, because they're the other team in the title race, Everton are one of the better defensive sides in the league, but again, they don't really have anything to play for apart from pride. Which again is why we can't rely on that to be a situation. I don't think we could have relied on it anyway, because Arsenal, they're the home team, so you expect them to win. But they know what they want. They've been wishing in the media. Mikel Arteta doing all his quotes, saying he's hoping, he's praying. It's almost like they've got more focus on West Ham and their result and not their result. There's been a lot of noise from the Arsenal side of things with Arteta and his quotes, talking so much about, they need West Ham to do something. They're praying for West Ham to do something. They think they can do something and get something out of the game against us. That it's almost like there's no focus on Arsenal's own game against Everton. That's the way I'm reading into things, because I'm not clued. I'm not following aggregators from Arsenal's side. I don't know all the quotes from his press conference, but of the stuff that I've seen, Arteta's talked more about our game than his. So could that be a factor? Could Arsenal do an Arsenal and just completely throw it away? Potentially, but again, I really don't expect it. I think it's been a phenomenal title race, regardless of what people online and all these pundits and YouTubers, which I guess I am one, but the likes, I'm not going to name drop, the ones said it's boring. It's not. It's been a really, really, really good title race. You've had 3 teams that have been top of the league for roughly same amount of time. The points gap at the top has only ever really been a couple of points in, these crunch periods. And the games between the title rivals have been close. Pretty much all of them have been really, really close. So this has been a good title race. So if we win it, we deserve to win it. And I don't know how you can say that's boring, but that's kind of where I'm going to leave it. And a little bit of a everybody hates us mode. We spoke about that yesterday with the stream about teams people just not respecting us. And I get it, but I don't know how you can say this title race has been boring, man. This has been one of the closest that it's ever been in terms of having 3 teams, within a couple of points of each other. This doesn't happen. So that's my thoughts. We had no time for a stream today, as I think you can tell with the fact that I'm here doing a video, but there will be one tomorrow. There will be a watch-along tomorrow, so if you want Hugh's thoughts on the game, drop in, say hello, ask him some questions. He'll answer everything in the build-up. He'll give his thoughts, his opinions on the team, on what he expects from the game, so if you want his opinions, like I said, drop in tomorrow for the watch-along. With that being said, thanks very much for watching. If you do me a massive favour on your way out, please leave a like on this video. It'll be massively appreciated, and subscribe if you are new. Top line in the description, there is a link to become a channel member, and I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow.